days.
Okay.
When last we met here in Dragon Age Rise of the Kunari, welcome back, everyone. It's time for our heroes to hold off on the downtime and to get back to what their originally scheduled programming was for. It seems that the first mission will consist of two groups. One group that is going to the Dalish Wood, and the other group that is going to the Wilds. We now go to Skyhold, where everyone is getting ready to be assigned on their mission. A few characters have been assigned and know exactly where they're going, and a few others do not yet. Although a few others need to, shall we say, perhaps maybe shake off that hangover they received the previous night. Our camera now takes us to a sleeping Serena and Colin in the office of Mr. Colin, who
Woo! I
that is
thought we
now
were the hot spring.
that is now apparently trashed.
I thought we were the spring.
You were both passed out next to the hot spring, but you wake up in his office.
Okay. I look around then. Are my clothes there? How did we...
Yeah, your clothes are actually all neatly folded over by the left side on a hamper.
And Colin is there.
Yeah, sleeping next to you.
Sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to wake him up.
Just a moment. Yeah.
How did we get here?
Oh, yeah. I carried you.
Oh, okay, because I was starting to freak out. It was... okay. Interesting evening.
Yeah, it was. I'll say it was interesting.
Yeah,
I gotta
well,
remember.
you know, we relax then and just lay back down.
I can carry her to his bedroom.
Cuddle time.
Lauren! Thank you. So
Don't interrupt cuddle time.
after a while, Colin kind of looks to you and he says, "So I haven't been told where you are going yet, obviously for safety purposes. But who do you want to bring with you?"
Well, I definitely need Morgan there. And I definitely need a couple more casters.
Jacqueline's going with you. I know that much.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew that Morgan was probably coming because reasons. I don't know if I can tell you anyway, so.
You have someone who can take a hit.
Do I?
You haven't called up anyone yet.
Hmm. I don't know what my options are.
It's like you've got a wide variety of people to choose from. I could assign someone that I would consider reasonable.
Hmm. Okay.
Would you like me to do that?
I would hear the suggestion first.
Or would you just prefer I come with you?
Well, to be honest with you, I thought you were.
I can if needed. Only if you want me there.
Of course I want you there. Are you kidding? I actually had to, well, we kind of had a sort of agreement with the Inquisitor about that.
He nods a bit. Okay.
So he will probably send you with me. The same.
Nods. All right. I can handle that.
But if you have suggestions on how the group would work best, I mean,
There's a few members we should definitely bring with us. But anyway, come on, let's get up. And then he just kind of he picks you up and then he just kind of flops you back on the bed as he goes to grab his clothes.
yeah, thanks for that.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'll get up and get dressed and pretty much give him a kiss and a long ass kiss, by the way. And then we'll run back to her room to change to her normal, clothes. Because
So now our camera will take us to Lyria waking up.
Lyria has been preparing for the last 2 days for leaving for this, so she is pretty much ready to go. There's just, last minute preparations. She knows she's got her brother going with her and Krem and Yvonne. She's not sure if there's anybody else going, but if not, she doesn't mind.
Okay, first things first, we'll start with Augustus, and then we'll go to Orin. So Augustus, the Lord Inquisitor has proposed 2 different missions coming up. You can either go to the Dalish heartland of the woods, or you can go to the wilds.
Has anyone been assigned yet?
There have been people assigned. He's just giving you an option of which one to go.
I have no preference.
I'll roll a dice for you then. Larry, odd or even?
Even.
keep in mind, Larry, that in character you wouldn't know who is on which mission. Because, yeah.
I
secret.
did ask who was assigned.
And the thing is, he only tells you when you decide which one you're going on. Okay, we got odds, so that means it looks like you are going to the wilds, Larry.
Augustus.
Yay! Oh,
Yep.
he's coming with us.
Augustus will go to the wilds. It's probably a good idea. Orin, you're asked the same thing.
Roll a number for me. I call it evens.
Calling evens again. Okay. Alrighty, so it looks like we've got the wilds group all set up. So that will consist of rogue, 2 casters, 2 fighters, and a specialist. So that's pretty good.
My character also wakes up in his bed, bonking his head on top of the barrel.
Because there is still a barrel in there.
My character's bed is inside of a
Yeah.
barrel.
Oh yeah.
So
I remember. We remember the designs. So, as everyone gathers and gets ready, Lyria, your brother kind of calls you and gives you some basic rundown on what's going on. And then, as everyone's getting ready to proceed out, you do notice that there's a lot more people going out on expeditions and curves this time. In terms of the groups that are going to the wilds and the forest, this is pretty big. They're pretty large assault forces, meaning that each group is probably going to have 2 teams. And then you also see some people heading out to other places which you've not even been told about. You know that there's one in the wilds, you know there's one in the forest, and you know there's two others, but those weren't really discussed, and you can see people leaving for those as well. There's a lot, like the Inquisition is pretty much taking its full force and heading out.
She kind of looks at her brother. Are you sure it's a good idea to leave Skyhold unattended?
It won't be unattended, but at this point, there's not a whole lot that can be damaged to us from this.
If you're sure.
I'm sure as I can be. In all honesty, most of the value is in the members anyway, but it won't be unattended.
She
The
nods.
dragons.
My character's going to walk up to the Lord Inquisitor to inquire about some things.
Yes, Orin?
You know those cannons that were the cannons we have?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we can miniaturize them and use them as a hand cannon? Because I'm wanting to get my hands on something like that.
He says it's possible.
Okay.
Let me look up the price for you. So this is actually a magical item. It costs 4,712 GP, and you
Okay.
can shoot it 5 times. It's got 5 uses.
And is it repairable?
You just make another one.
Okay. I'm going to buy one.
Okay. So to go ahead and take away 4,712 GP. This has a range increment of 250 feet.
How much is it?
4,712 GP.
Okay.
Has 250 feet range. And does 68 damage and uses Dex modifier plus your range increment. It would be the same as your crossbow. Although you're untrained in it, so it would actually be a plus 10 for you to shoot it total.
What's the damage?
68.
So plus 10 to hit.
Yes, plus 10 to hit.
Yeah.
68 damage flat.
Okay.
Non-magical, blunt damage.
Okay. So this is magical.
Non-magical.
Okay. And I inform the Lord Inquisitor about my character's plans to do a semi-mummification of his own internal organs, which my character has already started.
Gotcha. All right, then. If we are all ready to head out, and everyone proceeds to head out. The trip to the wilds will, I think, be a little bit shorter than the trip to the woods, if I remember correctly. Nonetheless, time is cut in half because of portals.
Yes, my
So-
dear.
What is closer to Skyhold, the Korcari Wilds or the Elfland?
They're actually about equidistant.
Coolio.
Yeah, I think so too.
That makes things easy. So time is cut in half due to portals, and you all travel. Whether you go to the Wildlands or whether you go to the Elflands, the weather on this trip is extreme. For whatever reason, the summers have gotten very, very hot here in Ferelden recently, and both teams are literally looking at about 112 degree weather during this travel. It cools down substantially to 100, but it's been a very, very hot traveling time. There was a lot extra consumption of water, etc., etc.
I mean, Lyria can cast the fucking snow thing in the air. So
yeah,
they
but I'm
have
not
that
with you
going for
guys.
them. Yeah, but we have Jacqueline
Also,
in theory.
Lyria has a spell. Where'd it go? Secure Shelter. Which is a very nice little spell.
Oh, I had that in Skyrim.
What?
I had that in Skyrim.
On the way there, my
From
character
Mark.
will be pulling a Bear Grylls and turning his, into wine.
Okay, so basically what Secure Shelter does, you conjure a sturdy cottage or lodge made of material that is common in the area where the spell is cast. The floor is level, clean, and dry. The lodging resembles a normal cottage with a sturdy door, 2 shuttered windows, and a small fireplace.
Yep, and the advanced version of
Doesn't
that
have
spell
AC
is
though.
Magnificent Manor.
Yes.
Okay, so you all head out. We'll go ahead and start with the forest group first. Lyria, you, your brother, and the second group start to approach familiar lands after long days of travel. And eventually you start to approach into the woods, familiar territory for you.
She's still got her guard up, though.
Am I with this group or Serena's?
You're with the Little Wilds group.
Okay.
You're with Serena.
And which group
Yeah.
am I in?
Mark,
Fair
we'll
enough.
say you're with the Wilds as well.
Okay.
So as you approach the tree line and you go through and you start to feel the presence of the old land, the formation is pretty typical with actually your brother leading up front. And after a while, he throws up his hand in a halt symbol or halt hand sign.
Yeah, at which point Lyria will approach on her Hala. What is it, brother?
Pauses for a moment. And he says, I think it's best if you and I deal with negotiations. I believe we are being watched.
She nods. Probably for the best.
He signals to the rest of the group to kind of hold steady, and you and him proceed on forward just a little bit further. And even though it appears that there's nothing there, you can roll a perception to see if you wish to spot them.
Okay. $21.
That'll actually do it for some of them. You can see a few Dalish here or there hiding in the brush, pointing bows at you. Inquisitor stops and he says, in Dalish, typical greeting, and then he says, it's nicer to have negotiations face to face. Small little pause happens. And then another Dalish dressed in kind of leather armor with a longbow over his shoulder comes out. Looks both of you up and down. He says, great. The 2 fellow Dalish I did not want to ever see again have come back. Holds up his hands. Today just must be my lucky day. You recognize him as a somewhat familiar face, if not an acquaintance. Typically in charge of one of the main battalions of ranger detachments that come through this area You can't really remember his name, but he's a familiar face, and he was one that you saw a lot during your childhoods.
She kind of looks to her brother. Technically, he outranks her. So,
Kind of pauses for a moment, and he says, "Well, come on, you can't be that upset to see us. I mean, we are still alive." "I'm not going to shoot you on sight alone. I know why you're here, and I know who and what you are. Can you promise to proceed without much problems, Lastrin?" And he says, "Yeah, I think I could do that, but, I did once tell my parents that they should have named me. My middle name is Trouble." And he says, "Yes, yes, yes, yes. Proceed onward, please."
I'll keep him in line.
"Of course."
The
gives a
stance
smile.
of this man.
And he says, "Do be careful. Although the tainted problem we had deep in the woods was fixed a long time ago with the hero of Ferelden, there has been a recent upsurge of werewolves in the trees recently. Do be careful where you go.
Hmm.
And yes, we
Joy.
do know where you're going. I got your message last week. Follow safely and walk in the shadows." And he just kind of seems to meld back into the brush. And you proceed onward. It's a somewhat trenched journey through the thickets of trees and the undergrowth. Certain areas become light, some are dark due to the thickness of the upper canopy levels of the forest. And eventually, you start camping, you rest, you camp, you rest. It's a bit of a long trip since the ground in the Dalish Wood, let's face it, there are some places that is very uneven. And you proceed onward, and it eventually seems as if though things are beginning to get very confusing. But you both have been in this area before, so your brother will roll a survival check, as will you. Since you have both been in this area before, you both get a +5 to survival. Okay. You're both able to navigate quite well, actually. It feels familiar, like home. But the woods are less hostile to your group than you would expect. And then eventually, as the trees become quiet and everything becomes dimmer, something appears in front of your path. A very large and very odd looking wolf. Looks like much like I have posted up right now. And it stops and stares at you. It says, "Two children of the old mother and friends enter into my domain. What is your business here?"
We're seeking out a node of ancient magics.
"We seek to seal one of the gates properly before the Wolf of Fenreal breaks another." "Ah, him, the lost one, who has betrayed us." "Very well. You may pass with our protection. But know this. No matter what happens here, the veil between our worlds will slowly but surely crumble in time. For there has already been a loss. But perhaps the old ones can aid you in this matter. Or maybe they will be your downfall. We shall see." And the wolf kind of fades back into the trees, blending and merging. As you proceed onward, you eventually come to a very deep area of the woods, and you start to see an old remains of a temple, similar to the one that you found up north, except this one has more symbols of Dalish and kind of hieroglyphs of older generations of practices that the Dalish have in
The
Dalish
older
writing, etc.
Elven.
Yeah, the older Elven, and a lot less pictures of the Maker and Divine, and more pictures of the old ones or symbols for the old ones. And eventually, when you approach the temple door, you come out to a courtyard with 4 pillars, each one with a different symbol, and then the doorway with its own symbol. After some investigation, you can roll me a knowledge arcana or knowledge religion.
Oh, we're doing knowledge arcana. Because her bonus is fucking asinine. That's 30.
Very nice. You can determine that these pillars, that it's very much, at least out of character, it's very much like a little Skyrim puzzle. From what you can determine, that these pillars each represent, each pillar, the 4, represents a direction on a compass: north, south, east, west. And the door on itself has an interesting looking symbol. At closer inspection, when you look at it with arcane sight, you can see that there's a little bit of a map on the doorway. And you come to the conclusion that, well, if we can move these pillars around to the proper location, basically pointing, and now that you notice, you can see a little tiny reflective surface at the top of the pillars. You're thinking that if you move them in the proper locations of the map, which shows kind of a strange symbol on a grid-like pattern, which, even though this area seems to be unmarked and somewhat unexplored, you can find if you look at the map and you can kind of guesswork it. So after moving around a bit, you're eventually able to move the pillars into a proper positioning, and the door opens. It takes about a couple hours, but with how long the trip's been, not really an issue. And you eventually proceed down into the deep, dark tunnels. And from the moment you step through the door, all of you and your companions know that you have now stepped into the Umbra. I'm sorry, not the Umbra, the Fate.
Oh
You have
my
stepped into the
God, Brandon.
Fate.
Someone's head is on mage.
You have stepped into the Fate.
Fail,
Yeah,
but
you step into the Umbra. The werewolves now kill you with their rage actions. Now, you step into the Fade, and you proceed down into a very vast chamber. And you can see the pillar there. No one else appears to be around. Something's not right. This was too easy. Did we really get here before him?
She looks to Lastron. This was too easy.
It was too easy. And it's at that point that you see 2 very large entities rise up from the floor. And these are... You can roll me a knowledge arcana for these if you wish.
$40.
These are very large and very powerful looking pride demons.
Okay. Time to have some fun.
Go ahead and get the picture up here.
As she takes her staff off of her back.
couple of pride demons let out some very large roars, and that will eventually be combat here. Just a moment. Go ahead and switch to a picture here. They look a little bit like that.
Oh, yeah, that's Pride Demon.
Yep, and so they let out roar. Go ahead and roll me some initiative.
That moment when you realize you're the only PC in the group.
Don't worry about it. They
Take
rolled like don't worry about it. They rolled like shit. Get some battle music going here. And once again, I'll be kind of helping speed this along. But go ahead and go first, Lyria. You are in a round chamber about a good 60 feet in a big oval. And that's just the inner circle. And then the outer circle is about maybe another good 60 feet. So about 120-foot cubic circle room.
Okay. About how far are they from us?
They're about a good, 30 feet from you guys.
Okay, good. Lyria is going to cast Fireball.
All right, and that is a reflex save for them, I believe. What is the DC?
DC, it is a 3rd level spell, so let me go down and look at what her saves are. That is a 17 on the reflex.
Natural 20
Oh, son of a bitch.
and 21.
God damn it. Means I only take half damage. Oh well. That's still a shit ton of damage. 10d6. Boop. 20 damage each.
Boom! And they go.
Because Fireball, objectively the best spell in the fucking game.
One of the pride demons looks at you and snarls and says, "Fire! We are born from this." And your brother will do the exact same damn thing.
That was because Fireball is objectively the best spell in the game.
Okay, he's doing it at the same, so that one makes it somehow. And then that one doesn't. Alright, so one will take 28, and then the other will take half.
So 14 for the other one.
Again, they get hit. And they're just like, ah. And I'm not going to roll for every NPC with you, but I will have Krem do his stuff. He's going to stand next to you and do shield wall. And he's also going to do Guardian with Battle Cry. And he's going to go into a defensive stance to make his AC even more stupid.
I mean, Lyria's got pretty stupid AC for a fucking sorceress.
So they're actually going to charge past you and go, like, it's basically, it's an all-out brawl what's going on. The Pride Demons summon some smaller Pride Demons, and now the entire chamber is fighting. You and all of your companions are fighting. You, your brother, Krem, the hero, Ferelden, Yvonne, and a few other people that you don't really know on a name basis, but they look like they can handle themselves. However, the two biggest ones in the room are heading straight for you and Krem.
Of course they are.
And this one's going to do a power attack, because why not? An 18 does not hit you.
Nope.
26.
Does not hit.
All right. And 23 obviously does not hit.
Nope.
That's a nat
That
20. That
hits.
one will hit.
That hits.
Ouch. This might hurt.
Yeah, she's got no damage reduction, so
I don't think it confirms, though, because...
that does not confirm.
Okay, so it'll just be a normal hit. And he's got, of course, one last slam attack.
Does not
Nope,
hit.
doesn't work. So he'll just hit you with the big one.
He hits me one time.
13 damage.
Okay, that's not too bad.
And he is a pride demon, so roll me a will save.
Oh, fuck.
DC 16.
Oh, fuck. Nope.
All right, so... Oops. Okay, take it. Yeah. Take that, Shayna. Take another 3 psychic damage. Ugh.
Ooh, how will he ever recover from that?
Oh, yes.
you hear-
However will I recover?
As you
Yeah,
hear
poor
a hideous,
Lyria.
as you hear a hideous mocking laughter in your head that mildly annoys you. So now for the second one, and he's going to attack Krem because he's the one who got targeted by the challenge. So Krem will not. Wow, Krem will not get hit at all. Nope. Nope.
By the way, do they have spell resistance?
They do.
Okay. What is their spell resistance? That way I know ahead of time.
According to this, 3.
Okay, that's kind of sad. Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Against elements of fire, it's 3, which I've already been adding. Acid. Well, you'll have to roll a check for these guys if you want, and then I can tell you some of their stuff. But they are immune to mind control or mind altering effects.
This is neither.
Okay.
This is pure necromancy.
What kind of damage, I must ask, because they do have different damage types.
It's negative levels.
Negative levels. Okay, they
It's pure
are.
negative energy.
Okay, they. All right.
That is
It is your
enervation.
turn.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah,
Just died.
by the way, that one just attacked Krem like 6 times and didn't hit him at all.
Fucking Krem, of course.
His AC is 32 right now.
I mean, Lyrius is 28, so. And that is. And she will target the one that attacked her. That is 3 negative levels.
It's like makes an odd sound. Then your brother is going to try.
Because enervation.
Brother's had. What's he gonna do? He's actually gonna blink back behind you guys, and he's gonna be. Okay, Life of the Hard Walk. So he's going to cast that. Do you resist? Your brother is helping you out. Okay.
No.
Congratulations. Gain 18 temporary hit points.
That undoes everything she just took. And more.
And he does that to both you and Krem.
As if Krem needed more.
Yeah, I know, right? Jesus.
Dude's a fucking tank.
So this Pride Demon's going to get pissed, and it's going to cast something here.
Bring it, bitch.
That thing is bringing it.
Ooh. This will be versus your touch AC, Shayna.
Okay.
31.
Oh yeah, that hits.
And a 25 touch AC.
Yep.
Okay. And let's see.
Her flat-footed is much better than her touch.
Yep, now I gotta roll for the other one. They're both doing the same thing. Once again, touch AC. Oh, crit. Shit, yeah, he's gonna confirm that. Okay, Krem's gonna shield off that crit for you, so he'll take the blow instead.
No.
Oh man, this is nasty. I'm sorry. So Krem will lose 3 levels of Constitution,
Oh god.
and you will lose 2.
Mm.
And the Pride Demons will heal 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Krem's
Now
turn.
she's mad.
Yep, Krem's gonna take a whack at him with power attack, because why not? That will hit. And that will miss. So he'll go ahead and do his power attack. 12 damage plus his strength, so that's going to be another plus 4, so 18. But Krem stabs one in the leg. Gets a good hit on it.
How do they do with poison?
I will have you go ahead and roll it. You can take a free action to roll a Knowledge Arcana, and I'll give you some of their stuff.
That's a 41.
Easily.
I was gonna say, tell me everything.
All right, so these guys have a damage resistance of 5 to fire, magic resistance of 3. They have a poison resistance of 10, no frost resistance, and they have...
Well, this is a poison that does straight up con damage.
Oh, if it is a status effect, no, they have no resistance to it.
Okay.
Immune to all mental effects, and they have resistance 20 to psychic damage.
She is going to, tell Krem to back up.
Krem backs up. He
And
is
she's
holding his
going-
move action.
And she is going to cast Cloud Kill.
Yay!
Because anything caught in this takes... Because they are...
Wow.
6 hit dice or more, so they need to succeed on a DC 17 con save.
Ironically, that's a pretty good save for them. Nat 20 for that one.
Damn. Still takes half of it, but...
And then 26 for that one.
So they're each taking half of this incoming Constitution damage.
Alrighty.
And they have to do this every round.
Ooh.
And I've got it for 11 rounds. So... Oh no. Minutes per level. Never mind, that's 11 minutes, not 11 rounds. You might want to keep track of their Constitution.
Oh, it's going to go bye-bye pretty soon here.
Because those
They do have a lot, though.
those 3 negative levels that they lost also knocked down their
Yep.
con.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! Well, it's a minimum of 1, so they each take 1 Constitution damage.
Alrighty. And your brother is going to cast
Luckily, it doesn't affect her.
He'll go ahead and do a force blast on these guys. There's touch AC. That will actually hit. And here's the stupid amount of damage that he does.
Very nice.
So that one will take 58 and get blasted into the wall. And then they're both, that one's going to stand up, and they're both going to do breath weapons on you. Roll 2 reflex save.
Oh,
The
fuck.
DC for the DC for the reflex save will be 18.
This is not a good save for me, but we'll work with it. Seriously.
And roll again. So I'll just go ahead and roll it all at once.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
38 damage. Fire damage. And when they are in the cloud kill, do they need to constantly keep making the save, or do they just take
Yep.
damage in it?
They have to constantly make the save.
Fail. And success.
That one makes it. Seriously. They both still take 1 con damage.
Yep. So that one on the right there is not looking too good. Kind of gets up and it says, "Masters will be displeased." And let's see, you went, so Krem's going to go into defensive stance and help you again. And your brother's going to do another force blast because why not? So it fails, so he'll roll his full damage. 64 damage. Yeah, the one on the right, your brother holds up his staff and thrusts forward, and kind of this ball of force just wails into it, and the thing just blows apart. And then the other one's got one last... Oh no, what can he do? He can do this right now because he's down to critical levels. He's going to use a heroic action. And he is going to try one last thing on you, Lyria. Roll a will save.
Okay.
DC 18.
Oh, yeah. She passed.
All right, so this will only be half damage. This will be a psychic attack. It's not a
Okay.
mind-altering effect or a control. So that is... I need to roll on a chart here. I know I'm looking at I'm looking at a chart here, so it's actually only 1. So that's
Oh,
silly.
Lord.
When the GM laughs.
Well, it's actually you roll on this chart to see what random effect happens.
Oh.
So if she had gotten on the chart of a 4, it says here greater polymorph. So he probably would have turned her into something. However, he got a 1, which lowered it. So it only takes 1. So he casts it. He casts prestidigitation on you and turns. He turns your hair pink. That's his turn. It's your move.
Weren't you looking for a new hairstyle?
Hey, eat lightning. You get a reflex for half.
Alrighty.
DC
his reflex is
17
kinda
reflex save.
He fails.
He gets to take full. Okay, come on.
He
Come
just
on.
looks. The demon just looks up at you and it's like, I've disabled the dice roller.
Okay, come on.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
He's
36
toast.
damage.
He's toast. Zzz, as the lightning just throughout his whole body. And he falls over into a smoking crisp. Seems that your allies have also won the day. Combat is over.
She's not happy with the pink hair, but
I mean, it was
We'll
it was prestidigitation. I just took a wing at something.
she kind of lifts up her hair. Seriously? You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Hawk comes and walks over, panting. Oh, Lyria, when did you dye your hair?
She quickly casts prestidigitation and fixes her hair. Stupid pride demon.
Well, we killed the other ones. And there is a reason they call them pride demons, sweetheart.
Hmm.
They are very prideful.
Wow. What a
Lord Inquis-
deduction.
Lord Inquisitor, how are you? I'm fine. How is everyone else?
And
It
she
seems everyone has
dismisses
no.
the cloud kill, because that would
Yep.
get pretty rough.
Nope, Krem walks into it and accidentally dies. No, I'm just kidding. You see everyone kind of looking around and discussing. The battle was actually fairly quick for what was going on. And you see once again the pillar stands up in the middle of the room. Brings together around the casters, including you, and he says, Al, after a little rest, you want to give this a shot?
Let's rest. Let's do this.
All right. Okay, this will be 2 rolls. A Knowledge Arcana check with a DC of 20, and then a Spellcraft check with a DC of 20.
I love that even on a 1, she cannot fail that roll.
Well, on a 1, it's a crit fail, no matter what.
Not on skill checks, though.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's typically is a fail, but considering as how she's still got a 24,
23
not
on
fail.
the
23 and me.
24 on the Arcana, 23 on the Spellcraft.
Indeed. But you did botch on this check, meaning this happens.
Oh God.
So I'll say that everything succeeds, and I'm going to give some narrative here, but when the ritual starts, take 3 intelligence damage.
Ah! Ow! No!
You are now dumb. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, she's still got a 13. She's still
It's-
above average intelligence.
It's like, oh no, my intelligence is now only above average. Ah.
It's like she still has a 13. She is still smarter than most people.
I'm no longer a genius. What the fuck?
So you and your brother work in tandem, to similar how you saw him work before.
Mm-hmm.
And you reach out, and when you do this ritual to seal off this hole between the worlds, it's a feeling unlike any you've experienced before. Almost think of it like dreaming, but on an extreme level. The power of this place is more than you've ever felt in your life. And you successfully start to close the breach, so to speak. There was actually a breach here that not a single person here could see. And you start to close and close and close, and eventually it seals. And you start to seal off this area from the Fade completely. Even with the 3 other casters that are with you, all very powerful casters, and some of them you're aware of. And with all that, it takes a tremendous amount of energy from you. And you took the intelligence damage as well, so you feel yourself become massively strained.
I mean, luckily she casts off of charisma, so
Excellent. So, even with the intelligence damage, no harm done. You still look pretty. You come down, and it takes a lot, but you manage to succeed. And after what seems like hours, you finish panting in a cold sweat, and the room is quiet. Very quiet. And eventually you hear footsteps coming from the further hallway.
Oh no.
And you see someone approach and kind of appear out of the front hallway.
Oh
Hmm. Damn. As Solus looks down upon all of you just with his staff leaning against his shoulder. With a pair of glowing red eyes. Seems I did not arrive in time. No matter, there are other ways. With the other seals broken, it won't matter anyway.
we will stop you.
Stop me? Quite to the contrary. You're aiding me. At least now I know where to go, and I won't have to do some guesswork. That was a brilliant plan, by the way, old friend. Lying to your very brethren. Sometimes we have to do things that we don't expect, Solus, old friend. Yes, perhaps. I must admit it was a stroke of genius.
Her head
But-
jerks to her brother. What are you doing?
He pauses for a moment. He says, I had to disorganize the Inquisition to throw off Solus so he wouldn't be able to track us as easily. It seemed to work for us, but that means that because you're here, Solus, I take it that you decided to come here first and our allies are going to experience something you left for them? Oh, your allies will deal with the wolf. You're lucky. You get me. Or at least one of me. Now, I'm just deciding as to whether or not I should fight you here or go about my business. What do you think, Lyria, dear?
If you think you're in my head, you're wrong.
Squints at you for a moment. He says, the wolf never lets its prey escape.
She kind of holds out her hand and a fireball starts forming. I'd
Chuckle.
suggest running. Because you
Roll a
fucked with my head and now I'm pissed.
His eyes glow a very bright red. Roll a spellcraft.
This is not nearly as good as my fucking knowledge arcana. Still a 25. God damn it.
Counterspelled as the fireball fizzles and he snaps his fingers. And the fireball appears in his hand. And he says, part of me is very curious. Perhaps I came off a bit harshly. Do you even understand what I am actually trying to do? What I'm really trying to do?
Trying to
I'm
tear
trying-
down the veil.
I am trying
Don't
to bring
destroy this world.
I am trying to bring back the world the gods intended for us. I am trying to bring back what has been lost. Do you know what the Fade actually is?
At the cost of every other life on this planet, I won't let you.
The gods will protect us chosen. They will not allow their children to become wiped out by the horrors of the Fade. They will guide us as they guided us all those years ago.
You fought against them. You put the Fade up. What has happened to you?
Pauses. Seems to get somewhat like, if you could have physically slapped him, that kind of looks like how he reacts, but he pauses and looks. And he
They
says,
enslaved our people. And yet here you are, trying to free them.
they were corrupted. They have been purified now, and they are trapped and being consumed by entities that are worse than anything that has been corrupted in the Fade. The Council of the Black City wishes to destroy them. I will rectify that. I will bring them about. They are not what they once were.
I'd like to believe you. But you've changed your story so many times.
You want the real truth? The real truth is
And I'm gonna roll a sense motive
Mhm.
while he's talking.
It's
22.
ironically that's enough. He doesn't appear to be lying. Actually, this whole conversation, he has not appeared to be lying. He honestly thinks that this is what is playing through. But you know enough about him to know that this particular personality that's talking to you isn't Solus. It's not Solus and it's not the wolf. It's something else. That much you do know.
How about you let me talk to Solus?
His face, in somewhat of in twisted anger, slowly starts to fade into an emotionless expression. And then his eyes start to sadden. Yes, I'm here.
This isn't what you want, is it?
No, not like this, anyway. The ones who made this world are screaming. Some of them tried. They all failed. It's what the Black City was for. It's why they made it. The Fade was the first world, but it failed. And now the remnants of the first world wish to destroy this one. I thought that maybe if the gods were free, they would protect us. I was no fool. I knew what they were. Some of them spoke with me, and I talked with them for a long time. Some of them are merely trapped and suffering in this place that I cannot describe, a void that I cannot comprehend. I am
But
not
if
an
we tear
uncle.
down the veil, everything else comes out with them.
You are right. And I did my best to keep the wolf off your friends, but he will find them. And now the gods have mostly left me. They are taking possession of this world, and they will become a problem that you will have to face. But perhaps I can do you one more service. And he pauses for a long moment. And he says, Lyria, Lastrin, I apologize for everything. But in this last moment of control, I will not be a slave. Ever again. And you can hear very faint screams in the background, almost like whispers in your head. And they're screaming, "No, no!" And he pulls out a knife. And he ends himself. It's so quiet in the chamber that you barely hear the body fall to the stairwell. And there's so much of a strange black ooze running from Solus that it starts to run down the stairwell and slowly creep down at the bottom. And there's no sound. Just lifeless body.
Scribbled eggs.
Lyria has, in sort of a cross between exhaustion and shock, kind of fallen to her knees.
None of your allies say anything. Your brother, Krem, everyone is quiet. And then after a moment, you see a green light kind of start to come out of Solus's body. And you see a very translucent figure stand up. Seems to be a woman. But there's no facial features, it's just kind of a body of color. But you can see that it is humanoid. And you can also see distinguish clearly elf ears. And although you can see no facial features, you can see two yellow eyes and what look like tattoos running down the form. It looks at the body of Solus, shakes its head. Poor man. I can only imagine what it is like to have your mind pulled in 8 directions. You, all of you. Interestingly enough, I foresaw this. I didn't want him to die, but unfortunately there's only so much I can do. And he looks at you and your brother, and he says, "I'm sorry you had to witness this, my children."
Lyria is kind of speechless. She can't find the words.
I'm sorry I could not protect you the way was my duty, my children. I was one of justice once. She bows. Mithel, at your service. The room stays quiet. Your brother slowly starts to almost step backwards and then he falls to one knee. Everyone else kind of stays on caution. What? Told you that there were already certain gods in this world, and we have come back, some of us. We wish to rectify the mistakes we made. It was my job to be the protector, and I failed. But perhaps I will do you one last service before I take my place among this world. The one who possessed Solus of his will set a trap for you at the front. I will disable it and allow you to leave. If not, you would have been buried here for an eternity. But I can only do this if you ask it of me. He looks down. She looks down at you, Mira. Or Lyria, sorry.
Please do.
It is done. I must take my place in this world as a champion now. I look forward to aiding you in the future. There will be great war and conflict to come. And it is not the Kunari that the lands of Ferelden should fear. And she fades, disappears. And that seems like a decent place to switch over to the other group.
Yay!
Incredible.
So, you're all in the wilds. And it was a long trip. But you eventually managed to reach a kind of vast, open swampland area where you see kind of this very large temple sitting in the middle. And this temple has symbols on it that neither seem to represent, at least none of you who are there, symbols of religion and other languages that you're not even familiar with. It's not Dalish, it's not Dwarf, it's not Kuhn, it's not human.
Can I ask Morgan if she knows the area?
Oh, she knows the area, and you guys kind of guide around. She doesn't know what this place is. She's actually never been to this place in particular. But thanks to Morgan, you guys guided the swamplands without a problem. But here you see this vast temple stand before you.
Could this be the place? I'm gonna look to the casters because I guess they can see stuff.
This is most certainly the place, dearie.
Why else would there be a giant temple in the middle of the swamp?
That is true. How often do you see giant temples just appear out of nowhere?
Well, sorry, I'm not very often being around swamps.
She pats your shoulder and she's like, "It's okay. You'll get used to it after a while."
Hardly. Serena will dismount and I guess we'll have to do a little scouting.
Mm-hmm. So you scout ahead. Do you go into the temple alone?
I will roll stealth first.
So, but I'm saying you're going alone.
Kinda. By the way, Shayna, that how do I activate the tattoo? I have to say something, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's say I said it because I don't remember the word.
Hello.
Hello. I'm assuming you can be with us in the swamp? Where we're gonna get fucked by a wolf? Shortly?
Not by my wolf.
I'm not sure. That's up to
by
Brandon.
by the dread wolf.
Well, alrighty.
Anyway, I activated my tattoo.
I'll say Boris went with the Kukari, the Wildland group. So you are now in the Wildlands.
My character is going to grab a couple of bottles of the water from the swamp and turn it into wine to drink.
Mm.
Dude, seriously. You have to stop with the wine talk. Like, you do this all the fucking time.
The
Well, Brewer, what do you expect?
So you come out and you head to the inside the temple. Stealth.
I'm stealth, and I also activated my tattoo.
So you proceed into the temple, and the best way I can describe it is it's very similar to the Ashes of Andraste temple from the game. For those of you who remember that, it looks very similar.
I'm also gonna
And-
roll a perception.
Go ahead.
Please be good to me. 37.
Okay. You disarm several traps, and it looks like you're kind of the boss of the place. You're managing to catch a lot of traps and disable them before they have a chance to go off, and you're pretty stealthy about it too. Eventually, you come to the inner sanctum of the area, and once you get to the inner sanctum, you hear a voice. It says, "Hello, Serena Strickland. Good to see you. How have you been this past week?"
Do I say who's talking?
You see no one else around you.
I'm gonna roll out of there.
You're going to try and roll out.
Yeah.
As you go back up the stairs, there's a very large stone slab door, and it seals shut.
Fuck.
My character's gonna head in.
Okay, you head in, and as you're walking towards the front door, giant stone door comes down right over the front.
Character's gonna place an explosive.
Just for story's sake, is the half of the locket that Callan has red
No,
by any chance? Okay,
No.
good.
My character's gonna place an explosive and blow up the door.
you place an explosive, and it goes boom.
So much for stealth.
Not a scratch.
My character's gonna use his pass to see if there's any hidden buttons or anything in stonework, because
Okay,
he would notice.
as you're looking around, I'll go ahead and declare that that's happening, and I'll say what's going on the group outside. But for what's going on inside, you hear, now, Serena, look. I know this sounds a bit rude, but I'm gonna kidnap you now. I'm sorry. Okay, I made an apology.
Show yourself.
Okay, fine. And he appears before you as this. The best way I can describe it is, he's very thin, looks like a Dalish man with fairly darker skin, almost like a drow. For those of you who know what drow look like, and he stands before you, about a good 6 foot tall. And he looks at you, and he says, "Here I am." He's wearing typical leather-looking armor.
Can I draw a dagger?
Go ahead and roll it.
Oh, fuck me. So I'm gonna roll a normal attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh, I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. Why did I go alone? Why did I go alone? $29.
Okay, that'll hit. But you see, as you throw the dagger, he seems to fade in and out of existence for a fraction of a second, and your dagger just goes past him.
I'll call it back.
Call it back, it still goes right through him. And he's like, now. Violence is not the way. If you come quietly, it'll be a lot easier for you. You just
Who the
need your
fuck
blood.
are you? Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I am one of the Black City Council, so to speak.
What the fuck is the Black City Council? I don't even know what that is. What the fuck do you
Well-
want from me?
He kind of looks and he's like, "What? You're serious?"
Wait.
Yeah.
She was raised in the city, right?
Yeah.
It's much more likely that she knows the story of the Maker in the Black City than
Mm-hmm.
the Elven tales.
Well, I was raised by an elven mother, Daly's elven mother, so
Either way, with your particular background, Serena, you're not entirely sure what he's talking about, but you have heard the Black City before. And it's starting to kind of come to you. It's like, okay, maybe he's talking about the Black City of the Fade. And then he looks, he says, "Oh, are you serious? I mean,
yeah, I'm fucking serious.
gonna-
What do you think I was? What do you think that I was fucking born in a fucking chantry?
well, you were actually."
No, it wasn't.
Smiles a bit. He's like, "Whatever you want to call it." He says, "Well, we're going to be ruling the world soon, so I mean, might as well get to know us."
Fat chance of that happening.
My name is Zoltaire.
I don't give a fuck.
Kind of frowns a bit. And he's like, "Well, I was the first Dalish, so you could at least show a little bit of respect."
Yeah, like the kind of respect that your kind showed me.
Frowns a bit. He's like, "I didn't show you any disrespect. I've been very polite. Granted, I'm still kidnapping you, but I'm being polite about
yeah, yeah, I'm kidnapping you. No, fuck off.
it." Okay. Christine,
Yes.
roll me a fortitude save, please.
Why must it be fucking fortitude? Why? Wait, is it an enchantment?
Technically, no. This spell does not say it's an enchantment.
I hate your guts.
Oh, wait. To be fair, it's a spell, so it has to be an enchantment.
Not all spells
No.
are enchantments.
There is a specific school of spell that is called enchantment.
That's what they're referring to then. Sorry.
16.
Nope. Two skeletal hands come up and just wrap themselves around you, and you cannot move.
Can't I try to escape?
Nope. You struggle in vain. Even the ring
So much-
that you have, even the ring that you have, doesn't seem to work. And he says, "Now look, I told you that we needed, you, and I've been very polite. Didn't even attack you. I even let you walk in here and get yourself trapped, and your friends are now going to get eaten by the wolf. But whatever, he's not part of what we're doing. He's just helping us.
What
can't
the
really
fuck do you want from me?
And I do have to apologize. I can't control the wolf. He's probably going to eat your friends,
I
but
don't
at least we
care
can get
about
you out of here."
apologizing. I care about you unhanding me right the fuck now.
Sorry, can't do that.
Well, guess what will happen if you don't? As soon as I'm out of this, I'm gonna come and storm your fucking Black City Council. I'm gonna burn it all fucking down.
Hey, Brandon,
He's just nodding at you. Go ahead, Sons.
has enough time passed that the outside group could do something?
I'll
Or
get to that in
perform
just a
action.
moment.
Okay.
So as we go back to the outside group,
Do you hear?
so as we go back out to the group on the outside, you are all immediately attacked by Darkspawn.
Did my character find any hidden buttons or anything?
Yep, as you're looking for the hidden button, you're like, "Hey, I think I got something," and then you turn around, and then like the entire group, or the very large group, is now surrounded by a very large amount of
Can you help
Darkspawn.
me look for
and-
peroxide?
Yep, and a very, very large wolf with 3 eyes. Nothing creepy about that. But you did find a little slot that looks like it'll open the door for you.
My
Technically,
character's gonna
6
press
eyes.
it and tell everyone to get
6
inside.
eyes. So yeah,
there's
as
3
that's
on each
happening, we'll put off a little intermission here while I go help my girlfriend find the pad. And yeah, you're surrounded by Darkspawn and a giant wolf with 6 eyes. So have fun with that. Be right back.
I think my character's gonna press the button and have everyone run inside. At least we can cut off. At least we'll have a funnel.
That sounds
Assuming the
tactically
door
sound to me.
opens.
Hmm?
Assuming the door opens and Brandon didn't fuck us royally.
But if it does open, this is our best
I
course
will
of
say
action.
this, that Christine, you were fucked on, taking that person on.
Christine
Well,
is the
does-
only one who's
does that-
immune to Darkspawn blood.
Yep.
Yep. At the moment there, yes.
Alright. Hopefully nothing happens with that then. Uh-huh.
Ah, look at that. I can move to the PC. Ah, oh joy. I
Christine,
can finally be
Oh
comfy.
boy,
yes.
I get to hit stuff.
Oh boy, I might be able to blow
not
stuff up.
expecting what happened in my half of the scene.
Christine, I think you'd love the new Lion King.
What?
I think you'd love the new Lion King.
Why
I heard
would
the
they
new Lion
love the
King
new
was
Lion
bad.
King?
Because there's loads
Why
of
would
cute
they-
kittens in the first half an hour.
I heard the new Lion King movie
yeah,
was bad.
but yeah, no. I was
Basically-
never too big on Disney, dude. Like,
Basically, picture the
seriously.
original Lion King, but with less facial animations and just actual animals.
Oh, but other than that, it's actually a soulless abomination, so 6 out of 10.
Hmm.
Then why would I like it? I don't like soulless abominations, as you know.
Yeah, but it's still like nice and cute.
Ah, fuck my life. Why is everything fucked wherever I go? Why did I go in there alone?
With the way I built my character, I can do 96
I can.
damage plus 88 damage. In
By
one
the way,
attack.
I built my character.
guys.
I can't do
Guys,
shit. I'm not
Go ahead
skilled.
and keep discussing the intermission. I gotta go. There's a bit of an emergency going on. My dogs ate something bad, and we gotta give them hydrogen peroxide to get it out. So I'll be done as soon as that's off.
Okay.
I'll be
Oh
back.
boy.
So,
Wait,
Yeah, I heard
isn't
the-
that acid?
No, hydrogen
No, it's
peroxide
alcohol.
isn't an acid.
Isn't that rubbing alcohol?
No,
now rubbing alcohol is different.
No.
rubbing alcohol is rubbing alcohol. Hydrogen peroxide is hydrogen peroxide.
The fuck is a hydrogen peroxide? It sounds like something dangerous and poisonous.
It's that stuff when you pour it over wounds and skin, it fizzles and bubbles,
That's because it's
killing bacteria.
no,
And
it reacts that way because of the blood.
Also does it to skin.
So why would they give it to the
Now,
dog?
if you just
We're
put it
trying to
on
make the dog
skin,
bark.
it doesn't do that. It's reacting to the blood.
Oh,
They're trying to make the
I
dog.
forgot my fucking blankie.
what a bad dog.
No, the poor bumper, it just ate something it shouldn't have.
Yeah, I was just not supposed to. It's like grab
It's
like
a
a
Bad dog.
dog.
Bad dog.
Well, technically, you can kind of train the dogs not to eat shit, but not
That's
every dog can be
extortion effort.
trained. No, if you get a dog that's still a puppy, you probably can.
So was not
You know.
expecting what happened in my
All
half
dogs are
scene.
puppies.
Yes, all
Oh,
dogs are
fuck.
puppies. If it is old, it is just an old puppy.
Yep.
Big dog, big
Yeah.
puppy. All dogs are puppies.
Yeah, they really
Okay,
are.
I'm gonna be switching to the thingamings.
Okay, switch to your PC, dear.
Anyone seen the new John Wick film?
I have not seen a movie in theaters in like 4 years.
I went and saw the Pokemon. Well, actually, last film I saw.
I love seeing myself double.
Did I watch that? What was? Oh, the last film I saw was A Dog's Purpose 2.
I've seen the Pokemon film. That was a bit shite, but it was still the best Pokemon film ever made.
What?
No, the best Pokemon film ever made was the first one
Yeah.
with Mewtwo. Because of Mewtwo. Because
Yeah,
Mewtwo is fucking awesome.
Because Mewtwo's in the new film.
Mewtwo's, yeah, that's why it's the best ever made.
Can we stay in the topic, please?
I mean,
Well, you're
we're in
trapped.
intermission, so
Yes, but I'm being fucking manhandled by
What,
skeletal
there's nothing
hands.
you can do about it right now.
exactly. There's nothing we can do about it right now. Like,
The
You
only
can give
option
me
we have right now
ideas
is
of
to
what
fight
the
this guy
fuck to
or press the
do.
button and run inside. You didn't find it.
Let's hope that works, because I don't trust Bot that he would allow that. Way too easy, man.
Well, he probably wasn't expecting for someone to actually look for a button at the moment.
Well, he's a DM. He's prepared for things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, DMs are prepared for any kind of, player stupidity
Shenaniganry.
that could
Yeah.
happen.
Especially
Excuse
someone
me.
experienced.
My players are so fucking brainless, you cannot prepare for how brainless and incompetent they are. Going, it's literally right fucking there in front of you. How fucking blind are you?
Well, I mean, I don't play with people that are that dumb, so
You do play with Serena.
Touche.
I'm also not the DM in this game. So
Yeah, Doug's the guy whose only thing he's doing is I'm gonna turn my piss into wine. Wow, so it's character development. I developed piss
Hey,
into wine.
we did a lot of
wow.
characters. Hey, I did reveal about my character's backstory.
that's still not character
yeah.
development.
What?
That's
I
still not
I
character
agree.
development.
Yeah, you're still as dumb as you were the first day I saw you. At
I
least
love this.
Serena became a bit more bubbly.
Mm.
A lot more bubbly, actually.
I love this conversation right now.
Anyway, anyone seen The Dog's Purpose 2?
I didn't watch the first one because
Oh.
they were dicks to the dog. So no.
Actually, they weren't. Turns out,
No, actually, literally on set, they were dicks to the dog.
apparently
They
a
have
lot of that
video
was
from
made
on
up.
set where they
That was
treated
taken
it
out
like
of-
shit.
There was more to it than what they showed.
Well, while we're in intermission, I'm just playing For Honor.
Mm.
We'll look through my spell list.
Have
I
you
was
seen
feeling
Milo and Otis?
Done.
The film Milo and Otis.
Nope.
Don't, because they killed so many cats in that film.
Can we not talk about animals being killed, please? Actually, can
Seriously,
we not talk?
rude AF.
Ooh.
Christine,
Larry?
you being a lover of all things cute, especially
Mm.
cats,
Mm.
did you see the trailer for the film Cats?
Oh,
No, I did not.
Could you?
Mm.
And I'm not planning to either.
That
What?
was just horrific fucking CGI. It is
What,
terrible.
cat?
Yes.
James Corden, fat cat. My favorite part of the Cats trailer was when James Corden threw up. Mm.
Bunch of furries.
That CGI is just horrific.
Mm. Like I don't.
I prefer films for more practical effects than CGI.
Exactly. Practical effects for the win. Like, that's the kind of shit I do. Give me the practical effects.
But you can, when they're effectively combined with CGI, it can be really amazing.
It was bad though. It was really bad.
Yeah, that CGI is fucking horrifying.
I need to watch The Matrix again.
Oh, so many films to watch, so little time.
Anyone been reading any light novels?
I have a small child. I don't have time for that shit.
Mm.
I have 2 small children.
No, you have one small child and one little shit.
They're
Stinky
both
babies.
little shits.
They're both little shits.
Stinky babbies.
Well, only one is a babby. The other is like 6.
Just as bad. Well, you go into the terrible twos. Now you're gonna have to wait till teenage years.
Oh, that is so. Ugh. That is something I am dreading. The teen years, because I know how teenage girls are. I was one.
That's gotta be fun for you.
Well, you don't know that your child will be like you.
Okay. You know, she's being raised by me.
More than likely.
I know. I'm just trying to make things easier.
No, not to mention the whole genetic thing.
Yeah.
She's predisposed
Oh,
to be as
don't
bad as
worry.
Shayna.
Since her kid, from what I've seen, yeah. Shayna Jr. is doing well.
Aaron. What's her name? Aaron.
Ow.
If I ever have children, I'm gonna pull the old father with a shotgun thing.
That's just ridiculous, and you don't own your child.
What? First boyfriend comes over, you better treat her right. While cleaning a shotgun.
How
Oh,
about
God.
you actually, trust the guy? Or, trust your daughter. Because
Never trust your
My whole
daughter.
plan is just throw a book at him. Be like, oh, I missed. Okay, you're good. Yeah, because look, if they can dodge a book or catch it, they got
You
good
can dodge a
reflexes.
ball.
Yeah, that's all you need.
so I found a bunch more pretty NPCs for my game, by the way. Christine.
Hmm?
I found a bunch of pretty NPCs for Vampire.
Why? For which
Because-
vampire? For Orlando.
For Orlando, of course.
More of them.
I'm not running any other vampire game.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Poor Alex. She'll be sore for decades.
I need to find a good Warhammer 40k roleplay game.
Deathwatch.
Oh, I remember playing Vampire the Masquerade. My
You
character
can
was
come play
wonderful.
with us.
If I were to play Death
Oh,
Watch, I would
okay.
be playing DEFF. Well,
I will go invite you to.
No,
to
the standard Deathwatch is fine. It's
server.
a contentious and fuck ton of
My-
skills
my-
and talents.
I would love to
No,
make
it's
that
like one
character
thing.
again.
Oh, sorry,
I'm
Dark
playing the
Heart.
Orc version of Death Watch. Well, all the Orc members are pretending to be Death Watch.
My character was a fanfic writer.
Hopefully,
Yes, that was my entire character. He would just make porn in the middle of combat.
What?
She would just write it. That was all she did.
No, dear.
Was she a nerdy Liberian girl?
Yep.
Oh God. What have I done?
It was wonderful.
Well, see, that's the thing. You ask first questions and then you invite people. Now deal with it.
Oh no, I won't do something like that. That character respect has its own place in the heart.
Sorry, Dark Heresy is actually a much better Warhammer 40k roleplay game.
What about Necromunda?
The current one's shit. The older one is amazing. And that role-playing game. Well, it is a little mostly combat.
Yeah.
And it's Necromunda.
Yeah, well, there's an Inquisitor game?
That is Dark Heresy, I think.
Okay.
Unless they have a separate one called Inquisitor.
I think there might be a separate one.
In Dark Heresy, you are an acolyte of the Inquisition.
Which branch? Hereticus, Xenos? Which of
Again,
the 100-some branches?
It's up to whatever your GM decides.
Okay.
But typically, as a member of the Emperor's Inquisition, anything that falls under the broad category of an enemy of the Empire, the enemy of the Emperor, you can kill.
Ordo Malleus?
No, you're not allowed near them. Typically, because you're just men, and against even the lesser demons, you get minced.
Well, Ordo Malleus is one of the Inquisitor chapters.
It is, but they have very specific members and gear for dealing with that kind of thing. And it goes into the territory of the Grey Knights.
So
See,
how much haggis do you eat? No, sorry.
See, I don't like the Grey Knights. Just like they put this secret organization in the biggest, shiniest armor on one of the most populated moons in the entire solar system, and expecting them not to be noticed.
Again, if you know about them, they kill you. It's that simple.
But it was also written by Matt Ward, so yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dope.
Did you hear he came back to the Dark Library, whatever the fuck it's called?
Black Library.
Black Library to write books.
I avoid him like the plague.
I think everyone does.
Lawrence, you sound a bit blue, or maybe some sleepy. How you doing?
That's how he normally sounds.
No, my sleeping has been fucked up. I think there's something wrong with my throat. But other than that, not too bad.
Too much cock.
Now,
Try some cola syrup.
One sec. I'm not going to impinge on your territory, Christine.
How nice of you. But don't
Try
worry,
some-
there's enough coke to go around for everyone.
Try some cola syrup. That could help.
Well, it's good to know that you're well stocked, Christina.
Always.
She is a Fuda.
Gosh.
Actually, I can see her as a Fuda. She definitely has balls.
My brother's dog is so funny.
That's what he did.
No, it's not. It's banned.
Oh, she's sad. She got banned.
That's right. Ever just ban somebody from life?
I tried doing that to myself several times. Doesn't work.
You didn't have the command prompt open. Sorry.
That was my problem then. I should have been using command prompt instead of rope.
So I just finished cleaning my PC. It was very dusty.
Did you use canned air?
No.
I use
Generally,
canned air for everything.
Generally, I found that it doesn't really work the way that I want it to work, and
I
other
usually
things.
use a brush and the
Canned
vacuum.
air works really good for keyboards.
I just used a vacuum cleaner and like a dry cloth, and
Brush is really good for the fans, but it not all brushes, like certain synthetic ones, will make static, so you have to find a specific kind. Like what I'm using actually is an oil paint brush, a fan brush.
the radiator in my water cooler was like fucking like insanely dusty, so I had to like clean that out.
Oof. Can't those things explode?
No,
No, but they can stop working
I thought,
by
I
overheating.
thought water heaters and everything could explode.
water cooling in your PC? No.
No, I was talking about in the household. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
No comment.
You won't see me disputing you.
Did you hear he's supposed to be making an appearance in the new Star Wars film?
Who?
Crap. Was it Emperor's master? Gladius?
That gimp won't be there.
I thought he was.
No. That would require actual good storytelling and imagination from Jar Jar Abrams. The new Star Wars is going to be a steaming pile of dog shit. with files on it that are
They
regarded.
already have been. Sorry.
But this one's going to be the worst one ever.
Well, it's either
This is gonna turn into like the second prequel. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like everyone just treats this as if like it's not real.
Rogue One was very good though.
Rogue One is amazing. Everything else has been garbage.
True. There were some parts I did enjoy.
This is getting the prequel treatment. This is like Jar Jar treatment.
I did enjoy first episode 1 and 3.
Here's a spoiler for you if you can really spoil garbage. The plot for Rise of Skywalker is nothing to do with Luke Skywalker himself. It is Rey having a bullshit plan to supposedly stop the First Order.
They had to pick the ugliest actor to be Han Solo's son.
I think he's just some cheap Disney gimp, so what do you fucking do?
Just the actor is...
Actually, he is a former U.S. Marine.
Well, good
Okay.
for him. He's not a fucking clearly not an actor.
Yes.
The only reason I'm gonna go see the new Star Wars film is because of... Crap. What's her name? What's her name that died?
It must not.
Leia?
Why would you?
Leia died.
Why would you
the
go?
actor.
Why would you go watch a movie because somebody's dead? They're not getting anything from it because they're already dead.
Well, it's gonna be her last film.
All you're doing is supporting the shitty movie.
Listen, whatever they do to Leia is just going to be insulting Mary Sue garbage, so I wouldn't go see it for that reason.
Well, no,
Oh, God.
they're gonna have her last actual scene she acted.
They're going to have her hug Rey, which is exceptionally insulting to any so-called Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Never mind actual Star Wars fans.
There's just nothing in the movie. There's nothing there. Like, there's just nothing there. There's nothing that makes you go, yeah, this is Star Wars. I want to watch
In the animated
that."
series, they actually brought
Like-
some really fan favorite characters from the old expanded universe, like Thrawn.
Oh, another note. The Emperor Palpatine is not in Rise of Skywalker, for the record.
Well, how old is the dude? Is he dead?
Oh yeah, but he had in the expanded universe, he had so many clones and everything.
Oh wait, yeah, he is dead.
It's not a clone. They just have a hologram of the Emperor laughing there, that's it.
I preferred the expanded universe's reason why the Emperor was building Death Stars.
That's because it's actually intelligent.
Yeah, the Yusong Vong was gonna invade and hit planet ships.
What's really fucked up is he was actually right.
Like, instead of spending all this money build more Star Destroyers, let's build one supermassive weapon.
See, everybody knows the true villain of Star Wars is Jar Jar Binks.
No,
The
he's not.
actually the true villain are the rebels.
Yeah, filthy and great traitorous bastards.
Like, think about how many people they killed on the Death Star that were
Also-
innocent.
One sec. BP. Jar Jar is not the true villain, he's just some vicious gimp.
Yeah.
And while there are theorists that speculate he's a Sith Lord,
He's the Sith Lord.
Yeah,
the
those,
fact-
he was supposed to be the Phantom Menace.
they are assuming that because of how annihilated his screen time got in 2 and 3. Because in episodes 2 and 3, his screen time got annihilated because he's vicious garbage. And everybody hated him universally, basically. With the odd crazy person, probably like Christine, who actually liked him.
Hmm.
I do have a signed autograph after.
What did I
Darth Maul.
like?
Jar Jar Binks in Star Wars.
I don't like Star Wars in general. I haven't even watched that one.
In that case, I think Christine's innocent of this accusation.
I've only watched the 3 old ones.
In that case, you're all right.
You should at least see Rogue One.
I still didn't like them.
Like, if I'm gonna binge watch the good films, I'm gonna start with Rogue One.
That's because Rogue One's actually good.
Yeah.
It was directed by a real director. Good writers, good cast. Darth Vader. There you go.
Yeah.
Solo, a Star Wars story.
I'm
Had Han
trying to
Solo.
find any fucks to give, but I recently
here's
ran out.
here's what I don't understand, right?
Hard
Like-
same, Christine.
Like basically what fucking Abrams said was what he legitimately said, and what we didn't really comprehend at the start was that he really did just say, we're just going to remake the first 3 movies, but with a different storyline. Like it's
So-
like the same it's all 3 of the first movies, but
Hashed.
reformatted to fit, like with Ray and whoever the fuck.
In that case, he fucked up so bad it's not even funny. The Force Awakens was just bad with loads of bullshit thrown in. The Last Jedi was a steaming pile of dog shit of the highest order. And Rise of Skywalker is just going to be
Personally,
a-
I don't
it's just
think they're
gotta be
bad,
garbage.
but I also don't think they're great. They're okay films.
listen,
Cat.
That's Christine.
Okay, I'm back.
How
Welcome back.
you doing?
Welcome back. How's the pupper?
how pupper?
Puppers are okay.
Did he like accidentally eat some chocolate or something?
No, they ate a hydrodegloxy foaming pad.
Oh,
Oh God.
So we're kind of just
Creamies.
Is your
Brandon?
dog in the habit of eating things he's not supposed to eat?
one of them is, yeah.
You have a very dumb dog.
We have 3 very dumb dogs.
Well, all dogs are
My
dumb.
cat person
so-
pressed the button.
Cats.
When last we left off, the group was getting attacked. Orin had found one of the things, and Serena was getting a little handsy. So
It's 5.
I think Oren pushed the button.
Orin, you do push the button, and the front door opens.
And I think my character's going to start moving inside because that's a choke point to where it can easily defend it.
I'm going to move in beside Aaron with Charlie at the back of me.
Is there a button inside to close the door?
Do I see the door opening?
No, you're farther in.
Okay.
Does she
Like
hear it?
if I shout, will they hear me?
That's a possibility.
Well, I'll shout very loudly and then I get over here. Some fucker wants to get my
I'm
blood.
gonna roll a perception check.
Roll perception check.
I'm being kidnapped. I'm being manhandled.
I'm being Mary sued.
Dear God, man. Yeah, you can hear her screaming.
Okay. I tell everyone, I can hear her screaming, but we got a bigger threat right here. So what do you guys want to do?
I shall go assist our lady friend and bring her back to the fight.
Colin starts ordering people around to have a choke point set up at this place, and the fight begins. I'm going to speed this along here, and I'll probably have to do this next because we're running out of time. But we go back down to where Serena is getting manhandled, and he says,
And
"Up, your friends are on the way." He says, "Up, your friends are on the way. We better get out of here."
Like hell we are. Get the fuck off me.
He snaps his fingers, and you both teleport out of the room.
Fuck my life.
All right, I'm gonna need Augustus, Boris, and Orin to all declare to me what they are doing in that little funnel area.
Ooh.
Then you guys can make some combat rolls.
Okay.
Do I roll initiative or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, roll initiative.
Like all of us.
If you're fighting.
Yeah, okay.
Where the fuck am I?
Chop liver.
Not fighting.
But I want to fight, damn it! I want to fight something. I want to kick some ass. I want to
I'm gonna
stabby
shoot a
stab.
confusion bomb using magic missile at the wolves.
I want to stabby stab.
Hmm.
Initiative, I get 9 and 5.
All of you go ahead, since they're pretty much all going to beat you. So they're all going to get to attack first. F it, I'm just going to use my fast roller off camber here. Larry, 25 to AC.
That's good.
That'll hit, or you're okay?
Now it'll hit.
Okay. 26 and 27 to hit Charlie.
They're both good.
Okay. Orin, freaking A, 30 to hit you.
I have an AC of 17.
Yeah.
I'm more tanky than Oren.
Uh, 16 to hit Mark.
Oh, no, that misses.
Okay, 19 to hit Mark.
That misses.
Mark, make a reflex save.
Okay.
And then actually, everyone else make a reflex save because this is a 30-foot radius.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna feed the cat real quick.
Mhm.
Woo!
Okay, so Mark.
That's my reflex save.
Mm-hmm. So Mark, you will take 46 damage.
Charlie passed.
Oh yeah. So Mark, you'll take 46 damage. Everyone else will take 22.
Myself.
And everyone may go ahead and roll 3 combat rolls of your choice, or cast spells. And I'll tell you how you do here.
Okay.
What was the reflex save needed?
I didn't say, but the reflex save DC was 15. Sorry,
Oh, yeah,
16. 17.
That's
17.
both of mine
Oi.
passed.
Yep.
Shooting confusion bomb.
All right.
I'm gonna use rapid reload and multi-shot with my crossbow.
Okay. Well, they're certainly going to be confused.
Rapid shot. Okay.
Larry, go ahead and make 3 attack rolls of your choice, and I'll just declare Charlie as kicking ass.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to.
That'll hit, Sans. Basically, anything higher than a 15 is going to hit. Mark, go ahead and make 2. Go ahead and make a couple attack rolls.
Okay. Well, I want to fly up in the sky.
Okay. Can I choose
Like
what
my
I
way.
Say
Yeah.
what, Sans?
Can I choose what I hit?
Yeah.
Can I hit the wolf?
Yeah, the wolf will just take it.
Okay.
Not
Great.
not Charlie Wolf, the bad wolf with 6
Did
eyes.
my attacks hit?
Yes.
All 3 of mine attacks hit.
So they're confused.
I'm
Then
back.
So as these darkspawn are following up the stairs, you guys are kind of kicking ass right now. They got in some good hits on you guys, but other than that, you're all right. And Sans, yeah, you get a really nasty hit on the wolf, and it is going to look at you. And Romeo will save Sans.
Okay.
Don't get mind fucked. Don't get mind fucked.
I think I'm going to get mind fucked.
Oh
Take 96 damage.
Holy shit!
That's fine.
96 mindfuck damage.
96 psychic damage. And
Yeah,
Sans, you are stunned.
Okay.
And the wolf
Okay.
is going to run forward and kind of look at you guys and tilt its head.
You remember what Confusion Bomb does?
Yes. Believe me, the Darkspawn are going to be useless at the moment.
It makes them attack each other, remember?
Yeah, I know. They're dying. There's a horde of them. You're not going to kill everyone with one shot.
Okay.
So the wolf
Oh.
kind of steps back a bit, tilts. What did you declare, Mark?
Oh, I was gonna fly up in the sky and use my breath weapon.
Yeah, I know. That will be easy enough. They have failed their reflex save, as I know
Okay.
what yours is. And what is your breath weapon? Ice or fire?
It's ice. It's 5d8.
Couldn't
So
you
they
do
all
that
become
way when we were frying in the heat? We had an AC with us all along.
All right, so 24 damage to them. That takes out a few of them. The wolf kind of starts looking back at you oddly, and then you see the giant wolf out in the field kind of turn and just runs away and vanishes. As the Darkspawn start to disappear, we go back to the Forest Temple. Lyria,
Oh dear.
would you be a deer and roll me a fortitude save, please?
Yes. Ha!
Wow.
Nat
Two-
20.
Two skeletal hands come up and grab you, and you're like, and you shatter them. And he's like, oh, damn, this one's tough. Leave her to me. Okay, boy. Just don't leave a mess, okay? And Lyria, as this group, you were just exiting the temple when this happened. And everyone kind of looks in staunch surprise and kind of looks around like, what's going on? And you fall into the dreaming.
Oh, fuck.
And you see the six-eyed wolf come charge. Indeed, Kieran. You see the six-eyed wolf come charging towards you at full speed, snarling and foaming at the mouth.
Oh boy. Okay. Let's see.
You feel the veil shift around you before you can do much, and roll me a reflex save.
Okay. 20.
Huh, that still fails.
Fuck.
A pit trap opens up below you, and you fall straight down into darkness, and you hear a voice kind of echo out, and it's like, aha, got you with that one. And we will... Both combats in the group are over. Those who are in the temple,
What the hell?
if you search it for Serena, you won't find her anywhere. As far as you know, she's just poof, dust in the wind. But you heard her yelling for help that someone was grabbing her, but you searched the entire temple, and you guys are welcome to roll checks if you want, but you're going to search the place top to bottom. Other than the seal that you guys were looking for, you guys don't find anything.
Where the fuck am I?
Hang on. And the forest group, same situation. Nonetheless, those who are in the wilds, your casters take advantage and they seal the pillar. That's 2 seals down, only 2 to go. However, what became of Lyria and Serena?
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Pretty much. But we're going to cut to a black dungeon, or a cell, so to speak, made out of what seems to be obsidian. Serena,
Yeah.
you slowly start to gain consciousness. And you see that you're not alone. You see passed out, well, sort of passed out, slowly starting to come to now. On the floor in front of you is Lyria.
I'm gonna go to Lyria and I'm gonna shake her up, make sure she's awake. Lyria? Lyria,
What? Oh, son of a bitch!
they got you too?
They tried to grab me with skeletal hands, but I shook it off. I must have fallen into a pit trap.
Who the fuck are these people? He was like the dude that came to me, he was like dailies, but not. I don't understand.
Would
what's
Lyria recognize the description if Serena
If-
gave her the full description from
if-
the people
yeah,
she
if-
saw in the Black City?
Yep, if Serena gives you that full description, it'll click. And you even remember seeing a guy who looked like Dalish, but he was more of a dark elf kind of status.
Yeah.
Her eyes widen a little bit.
What do they want with me?
I don't know,
you?
but I
Why us?
remember seeing him in the Black City. The first
Yeah, he said
the
something
first time
about
I encountered Solus, when I locked myself into the room with him,
yeah.
I was knocked into the Fade and I saw a group of them sitting around a table. He was one of them.
Indeed, you remembered. I'm glad to hear it. And you look out over the bars, and now you both realize that you are both unarmed and wearing... Actually, you're both wearing almost the exact same clothing. They seem to be just these weird red garbs.
No,
Almost like-
I watched you bleed out.
Well, you watched Solus bleed out. I am the wolf.
Then
You
why
son
didn't
of a
you appear like
bitch.
a fucking wolf then?
Well, to be fair, I kind of like the way this body looks. Being humanoid while walking amongst, well, humans in the Dalish is very helpful. When you walk as a giant, six-eyed wolf, people tend to start asking questions. It's nice to use this body. I'm sure Solus won't mind. Solus, would you mind? Obviously, no answer comes because Solus is now dead. And he says,
What the fuck do you want from us?
Lyria's going to try and grab him through the bars. I'm assuming they are barred in.
Yep. As you reach through the bars to go out and grab him, when your hand leaves about maybe a good 2 inches from the clear space, the between space, you just hit like something solid. Like you just reach out and it's like you just kind of whacked a wall, invisible barrier or something.
Out of character question.
Go ahead.
Would the locket help locate me
It might, but you
if I
don't.
was in danger?
But you check your person and you don't have the locket on you.
Yeah, but Cullen has the other half.
He does. He
Okay.
indeed does.
I'll wait for him to leave then, and I'll do something. Until then,
Solus kind of looks at you and he's like, if I had to explain all of the complex plans that are taking place here, I would be here for 100 years telling you two what happened. And I, quite frankly, don't have the time to be doing that. Let's just say that there's a bit of an argument amongst my associates about who is going to get your bodies.
you really like the sound of your own voice, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I could tell. Probably the smell of your own farts. But anyway, why us specifically?
We needed one of Dalish descent and one of Darkspawn blood. I cannot believe it. When they killed that fool Corypheus, that paved the way for us. If I had known that, I would have killed him sooner. Oh well. Nonetheless, it's time to bring the Fade back into the world. And he walks away.
Son of a bitch.
Valeria, I'm going to ask you something, and I want you to trust me.
Okay.
I want you to do something to me that will put me in danger.
Yeah.
Serena.
Do you understand what I'm trying to do? You remember what your brother gave me?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Can I use one of my spells and, kind of pull the punch a little bit?
Yeah, you can actually do that. You can just, if anything, you can, if you want to be somewhat hysterical about it, you can just smack her around a bit and just declare non-lethal unarmed damage.
Oh, God.
Just
I
start
have a
punching
good
her.
AC, you know. I have a good AC.
Well, the thing is, if you are literally standing there and saying "hit me" and not defending yourself, you're helpless, which would be literally, I think, a base of 8 or 10 for your AC. So you would just stand there and she just pummel the shit out of you. Depends on how you guys want to do it. I mean,
I prefer something fast.
either way, if Serena is not going to defend, then it will do it. And oh yeah, Sans, that's the whole reason it ran away.
Well, yeah. I mean, if there's a way that through this thing we can be located, it's worth a shot.
Okay. Keep in mind, you asked for this.
Yes, I did. I'm very serious.
She's gonna use her fireball and do absolute minimum damage.
It had to be fire, though, right? Jesus.
So
Well, it was either that or ice, or cloud kill, and I hack away at your fucking constitution.
Can't you just throw like an ice spike or something? Jesus.
I mean, I could use chill touch.
I mean, yeah, you could always use the cantrip and just cantrip her to
But I assume we want legitimate danger.
Yeah, I also don't want to have burns all over my body, but oh well.
All right, so roll 1d10.
Chill touch.
Oh, chill touch.
Yeah, I don't have the Ray of Frost.
You don't even need to you don't even need to roll to hit. It'll auto hit.
Oh God, no, never mind.
What?
Chill touch also does a point of strength damage.
All right, so go ahead and roll 1d10, please. So 10 fire damage, Serena.
Does that put me in danger?
Yeah, I'd say that would start to eventually. She's gonna have to hit you a few more times, but you'll deal with it. Go ahead and roll 2 damage rolls for your unarmed attacks, Lyria.
I don't think she even has a strength modifier to add to it. So
It's okay.
No, she does not.
It's like Lyria just punches her and breaks her own hand. It's like, ah! So
Wow.
Lyria comes up and just smacks she lightly slaps you across the face.
Come on, just get a brick or something. It's not gonna work out like this.
as you say that, then Lyria lands another punch and then actually does damage to you this time.
Ow!
And yeah, you're right.
You asked for this.
Yeah, keep going.
All right. So for chivalry's sake, I'll say that after a few more slaps and backhands, and a somewhat mild satisfaction from Lyria, that will be enough to put you in danger. And the camera will
would be satisfied.
the camera will fade away, and the rest of the group will see Colin's locket glow a bright red. And that's where we're in the story tonight. Thank you,
So
players, for
much.
playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching.